Hey there, YouTubers. Well, got up this morning to start my vehicle, my H2 Hummer '05 with a supercharger. Yep. And my battery light was kicking on and off, on and off. So, doesn't take much rocket science to figure this much out. Most likely it's my alternator. So I'm gonna take a chance and replace my alternator. Not saying that I don't know how to do it, but I've never did it on this vehicle before. But it's an LS engine. They're pretty much the same. Just because it has a serpentine belt with a supercharger on it, might be a little bit different. I just want to make sure that I know how to reinstall everything. I have my belt layout design. Yep, I love that supercharger. But it's the '02 Hummer Luxury Edition. And I recently replaced the pickup tube seal, which also required me to replace the oil pan gasket. Was a little bit of a job, but I got it done. No more oil leaks, and I got the oil pressure issue resolved. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on replacing this alternator. So in order to loosen the belt, there's a tensioner that I had to, you get a 15mm bolt, and being that you're on this huge Hummer, you gotta really have some arm's reach. You have to literally climb up on the other side. I literally had to get a ladder to climb up on the other side because there's only one person doing this. But I got the belt off, and it's zooming down, hanging down there. And once I put it back on, just got to make sure that everything is in place. Have to pull that tensioner and lift this up and pop it back on. Just want to be very gentle, lay the belt back down, because they can be a bit of a headache, especially with the supercharger, putting everything back on, even though I have the belt diagram. So I'm going to unbox the new alternator. So, took the belt bolts out, tried to use a screwdriver to pry this thing out, because they have these little weird guides, I guess, on both sides. And I just, since I'm replacing it, I whacked it with a hammer to loosen it out, and it got loose. So now, voila. I know I'm gonna get a bunch of kickback, but I got a Duralast. It's the only one that they had in stock. But new alternator in the box, refurb, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna pry this old one off and try and put the new one on. And that's the clear bay. I might put a little grease on that to make sure that it slides right in a little bit better than what it was pulling out. But the original one wasn't, well, I had the tag, it wasn't AC Delco. Okay, so we're gonna try and put this other one in, and we'll go from there. Little small bolt could be a headache. $10mm. All right, got it nice and tight. Put the boot back on. Check the boot. Okay, let's hook the battery back up. arcing action going on here. Gonna hand tighten this bolt. And I'm gonna do something you should never, ever do. I'm gonna use vice grips and tighten this up, because it will strip these bolts out. But I can't find my socket. And I don't want to put too much torque on it. So we got everything hooked up. Everything looks good. So we're gonna start the vehicle up and make sure that it's charging and doing what it's supposed to do. Lights are on in the cabin, which means, let's see if we get, because my battery light was coming on and staying on. All right, battery light's off. Oh my God, it's so much quieter. Well, excluding the inevitable manifold leak. Anybody has any suggestions on fixing this? Because the bolts broke off. And I know there's some weird adapter that you can put on it, but I ain't really investigated it much. But everything's done. Again, yeah, and see, it goes away after a while, but it's so annoying. And I mean, I can zoom in. That's my next project. Both. Two of them broke off. I was hoping they were just loose, but if they broke off, either I gotta get someone to pull them out, extract them, or something, and I know it's gonna cost a couple bucks. Or if I can find that bracket kit, that would make life a whole lot easier. Anywho, guys, thanks for watching the video, and if you like something that you saw, subscribe, thumbs me up, feedback, everything. I appreciate it. Have a good one.